I was so surprised when the judge who is presiding over the NUP political prisoners came out to say that cameras are not allowed to record the proceedings of court. And for me, I found it very strange and an attack to our judiciary. In fact, the prisoners headed by Waiswa Mufumbiro protested about this. They said these statements.
For 7 months. We have requested for trial, it has failed. When we are sick, we are brought here, compulsory. When you're disposed, you are not here. We are human beings in the same category like you are. This matter arises from the media. It does not arise from actuality, people being there. It is from the media. Now we are having a judgment without clarity, and you are sending us to the gallows, back to the gallows with a judgment without clarity, chasing away. You yourself in your judgment, you say we are many. That means not all our relatives can be here. Now you are reducing this court process to authors. Excuse me, I'm speaking. We have been in court for 7 months. We have been here for 7 months. And no, this is not about lawyers. This is about us.
That is Waiswa Mufumbiro. The reason I find it more strange is, as time goes by, our judiciary is weaving off the rail. It is said that courts are public institutions. In fact, it is the reasons why they put where people are going to sit. You can literally walk into any court to see what is going on in court. For a judge to block recording the proceedings of court, it's like banning people from watching, because you're in a dictator era. I may not be able to go in each and every courtroom to hear what is going on, but for as long as a camera is there, either streaming live or not, it is equivalent to a person attending court. In fact, Judicial stood up in objection, and he told up the judge. The only problem is Judicial came out to say that maybe they could block the live streaming, but they go on to record. In fact, Judicial ought to have stood up to fight for even live streaming, because live streaming is equivalent to attendance in court. In fact, Judicial said these statements.
I think I understood the ruling of court. Court said a blanket ban on the media would be unconstitutional. Hearings shall remain open to members of the media. No order for proceedings in camera is made. Yes. Live coverage is prohibited. Live coverage, in my understanding, and court can guide further, is when what they are broadcasting is being showed out there in real time. But my understanding is that court is saying the media can continue to attend, cover, but you are recording, and then you can eventually piece out what to air on TV, on radio, and so on. So the cameras certainly continue to roll. However, what court is saying, don't show out there in real time. And also court has made an order in as far as protected witnesses are concerned. So I thought the ruling is clear.
I think the issue is now on my second order. Let me record it.
That is Judicial. When I see such things happening in our courtrooms, when people have been on remand for more than 7 months, yet a person is supposed to get a mandatory bail when it reaches 6 months, is it because I follow a lot of political cases? Why is it that politicians, especially opposition, don't get bail as supposed to be? And for me, I urge judges, I don't want to discuss the merits and demerits of the case. Blocking cameras, be it live stream, is an attack on the pillar of judiciary, because I'm free to attend court. Live streaming is equivalent for an attendance in court. So if a judge in his wisdom blocks the live streaming and recording of court, it is indeed bad. It's as if you are hiding something from the public. So, the purpose of this video, I've come to talk about the decision of the judge in the NUP prisoners case, what it means for our politics, and most importantly, the study issues we can learn from the politics of our nation. But before I do this, I want to let you know that if you're into this channel, please subscribe. And if you're watching this video from a different platform, please head on to YouTube, type in Sula Mawagri. There's a lot of content of this nature. If geopolitics and economics is what you want, this will be definitely the right channel for you to subscribe to. One, I keep on telling people that for a long period of time, our judiciary has become complice to unconstitutionality, to complex to the blockage of rule of law. I normally give examples that different countries that fought for their democracy, the court acted as a pillar to fight for democracy. Take example in Kenya. I normally give this example if you've been my ardent follower. The reason as to why Kenyan democracy is growing at a very high speed, the judiciary failed to be complacent in crime. They've always done judicial activism. Judicial activism doesn't necessarily mean that you rule, okay, backwards the constitution, but you rule buttressing constitutionalism. Imagine those people who were arrested if they were given bail maybe in the first month. But whenever you keep political prisoners, you embolden the state to arrest more, because they know whenever they bring them in court, it will take a year, you will catch two without them getting bail. And what pains me more is that they continue being in prison without even the state that arrested them bringing evidence. How can you tell me that you keep me in jail when my accuser is not bringing evidence and you continue keeping me in jail? It's time for judges to start giving bail on political cases. For as long as the state takes long to bring evidence, give people bail. But whenever you keep them here, first you embolden the state not to quickly bring evidence so that people can stay in jail. And many of the cases, after people staying in jail for years, the state comes out to say that they have failed to get evidence, because the ultimate goal was to keep these people in jail. So for me, whenever I see these cases, I continually see that the pillar of government is being eaten away by politics. Remember, government has three pillars: the executive, where General Museveni sits and his ministers, the legislature, parliament, and the judiciary. But there must be independent with each working together. But what I see is General Museveni trying to kill each and every pillar. And landed friends are also acting as a catalyst in this pillar. In fact, the prisoners protested. This is what happened.
We will not be held in darkness. Yes. 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 People power. Our power. Our power. People power. Our power.
There is no justice in darkness. Justice lies in darkness.
Everything the constitution does, we will not be held in darkness. We will not be held in darkness. We will not be held in darkness. We will not.
That is, those are the prisoners. So for me, first of all, I will keep on calling on the judiciary. It is time to rise above. You have the key to improving our judiciary. You have the key to improve our constitutionalism. Political cases should not take long, most especially when they involve a person to be in prison. Imagine Dr. Kizza Besigye has been in prison for years. Evidence has never been brought on the table. Imagine political prisoners who were arrested by the court martial. Later, the court martial was barred in 2020, because we were heading 2021. They are still in jail without even the High Court ruling. So they have never even gone in the Supreme Court. They have never gone in the Court of Appeal. What does the judiciary benefit from doing that? I cry for my beloved country. Of course, as my opinion remains truly Mr. Makinde, Kabir Sulaiman Magal. If you're into this channel, please subscribe, like, and comment so that I can be motivated to do more of such videos. I'll see you on another one. Peace.